What up? It's your boy AJ back with some daily sports talk. Amazing basketball last night. A lot of games, and a lot to talk about today. So let me actually move that out of the way. Let's start top of the night. Let's go Pacers Hornets. 116-106. Pacers take that game over the Hornets. Pacers are 11-7. Like I said before in previous episodes, the Pacers are a really good team. They're coached well. They play well together. And Sabonis and Brogdon are good enough to get them wins all year round, and maybe even a couple in the playoffs. They're going to be a hard team to just put away because they're so balanced, and they can score with almost most of the teams. Come out strong in the first, 36-19, and it looked like it was kind of just a big mismatch of power. Second quarter, the Hornets go on a little run, and then in the second half, the Pacers were able to just continue scoring and getting some stops. Sabonis had a big night, 22, 11, and 10. He was big, 2 for 3 from 3. I like his three-point shot. He doesn't shoot it as often, but he can definitely hit that shot. 40% from the three-point line, 50% from the field. You know, they're one of those teams that can get up near the 50, 40, 90 on any given night. So that's why they're really dangerous. They take good shots. They don't force shots. They play team ball. I do like the Hornets still, but they're just still young, and on the defensive side of the ball, they can kind of get a little lazy, and even on times when they try to lock in, sometimes they're really just outmatched because of personnel. 20 points from Rozier last night. Their bench all was in double figures. The starters were all in double figures. The bench, it was okay last night. It could have done more, but the Pacers they were the better team, so they won that game, 116-106. Cavs Pistons. Cavs, after going through the Lakers, they were still a little bit hot. They played well against the Lakers the other night, but they just couldn't get it done on his return, on the Kings' return home. Sexton, 29, 5 and 5. He might even be in the discussion for most improved player. Him and Jeremy Grant, and they were going at it last night. 26, 3 and 2 for Jeremy, 29, 5 and 5 for Colin. I just say he might be in that conversation because last year, the Cavs weren't really doing well, and we didn't really think about Colin that much, but he definitely deserves some more talk because he's playing really well this season, and he's the reason behind the Cavs' success so far. Really, him and Drummond. So I do like the Cavs moving forward. I think they have a real shot to maybe make the playoffs, 7 through 10 game, maybe like the 9 or 10 seed, and try to play their way in. I don't think they're going to go far, but after their drought, going to the playoffs for the Cavs, that would be big. The Pistons are still the same Pistons. They need help. They just need to put something around Jeremy. It was just it's just not enough. They don't have enough. So the Cavs won that game last night. We got Kings Magic. Kings won that game 121-107. Both of these teams are one of those bouncer teams. The Kings started off the season real strong. I thought they had a good shot to maybe make the 8, 9, 10 spot. They still have a chance, but their defense lacks on most nights, and they really just, when they win games, it's with pace. They're playing fast. They're hitting shots. They're pushing the ball, the tempo. and their defense really becomes their offense becomes their defense. And last night that was a show of that against the Magic, who are a pretty good team as well. But the Magic don't really play that fast. They're more of a half court offensive team. But last night the Kings took care of business. 29-5-3 from Buddy Hield, and they cruised to a win, 121 over 107 over the Magic. Now, big game last night. Nets Hawks. We know what the Nets are capable of doing. I mean, the Hawks are capable of doing. They're a big-time scoring team. They can score, from 115 to 130 on any given night. They got the firepower to do that. And Trae Young has been playing great this season. He had a little game, a little streak of games where he didn't play particularly well, but for the overall, he's been playing like the Trae Young that we know and love. 28, 14, and 3 from him last night. He's assisting the ball really well, scoring, and they can, like I said, they can score with any team. But last night just showed how hard it is to beat a big three of that caliber. Now, the Nets, when I look at the Nets and I break down, their team, they really go 8 deep. When the beginning of the season, when the first game started with the Nets, and I saw their team, I said, wait, they might have an actual real good shot because of their depth and their bench presence, and they have all these guys that they can play alongside of KD and Kyrie, Allen, LeVert, Dinwiddie, Shamet. They have a lot of guys, and Harris, and then all of a sudden, Dinwiddie goes down. He's out for the season. And then we have this big trade where Prince and Allen go away. So now, you really just lost 4 of your other potential big time players that are going to help you down the stretch. And not saying that they don't have those players anymore, because I like Green off the bench. I like Cabarrot. Brown plays good defense and he can score as well. But we don't see a lot of Shamet anymore. We don't see any Johnson anymore. But just with those big three guys. I'm sorry, hold up.